you know, taking their own time to, you know, recommend us, refer us onto their friends, and keep returning to the service. Like, they're becoming very loyal and reordering bag after bag from us. So we're seeing a lot of customers repurchase within the first, you know, 6 months of their lifespan with us. You know, we've had thousands and thousands of customers visit us in the first 6 months. We're really encouraged that people are actually buying, you know, a lot of the threesome and the closet clean out. So they're going deep with their decluttering at home, which is fabulous. And we feel like that will really sort of get them sticky with our service. And obviously we've got quite a few Instagram followers as well, and that's growing every day. We've got a lot of people jumping on to review our products as well. And, you know, we're really thrilled with the response that we've been getting so far. And let's see, sorry, like this is not clicking as well. And then just to sort of like recap, like why you would want to use Retold. You know, we really want to make Retold synonymous with recycling in your home and the way that you can get rid of unwanted textiles and clothing. So any of these use cases, you know, we're hoping that we spring up and are top of mind. And, you know, I guess I should mention that we are a national service. So obviously we service Tennessee, but we're a nationwide service. So, you know, it's really easy to jump in at any point. You know, if you want to get that bag of unwanted clothing out of the trunk of your car, which we see a lot of people, you know, telling us that they drive around with that bag for a very long time. We're here for you. If you're moving, if you're like me and you're a parent and you have kids' clothes that you need to get rid of, there's so many reasons why you should be using Retold. So yeah, so I thoroughly encourage everyone to jump on retoldrecycling.com or visit us on Instagram at retoldrecycling, and check us out. And I'll drop into the chat. We have a special discount code where any first-time customers who are joining the webinar or viewing this later on Facebook, etc., can use our code to get 15% off any of our products as a first-time trial. And we're also really thrilled to announce that we're going to take out a sponsorship to support the Tennessee Environmental Council as well. We just really love what you guys are doing and happy to support you in any way. So that's a little bit about Retold.
And that's wonderful, Amelia. Thank you so much. And
stop sharing. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, thank you so much, Amelia, for the amazing work you're doing. It's one of those things, you know, like they're easy things to recycle, like the aluminum can or the piece of cardboard. We all know where to take those things. Harder things to recycle, like glass bottles where they're not accepted anywhere, or the plastic clamshells. But the one thing in my mind when I am looking through my waste for the day is like, what do I do with this old sock? What do I do with this towel that, you know, the fibers are still somewhat there, but it's so ragged. I don't want to even give it to Goodwill. Well, exactly. It's really wonderful to know there's a place to send it now. Thank you for that. And if you would go ahead and put that code in there, so anybody who signs up to participate with Retold can use that code and help support Tennessee Environmental Council as well.
Excellent. And there's a question just here in the chat about where are the 3 sorting facilities located. They're across 3 different states, like generally in the middle of America. So, you know, we were encouraged that most locations are relatively sort of like closest to the coast and also to the south. So really trying to like minimize any carbon footprint as well. The other thing is like we do utilize the postal network. So a lot of those trucks are kind of going everywhere anyway, and we're just piggybacking off that. So that's encouraging as well. Hope that answered your question.
Fabulous.
On the chat there, Rachel.
And yeah, there will be FYI for everyone in the audience today. If you want to type any questions in the Q&A, please do that. You can put it in the Facebook comments. I'll do my best to monitor as well on my phone. But we'll get to all your questions, or as many of them as we can, at the end of the presentation. So thank you, Amelia. We will look for your information in the chat and share that in the comments thread on our Facebook feed. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Diana next, who's a local businesswoman who is owner and founder of Sage Refill Market. And Diana, I will just go ahead and hand it over to you.
Okay. So my name is Diana Duran, and my husband and I are co-owners of a store called Sage Refill Market. We are located in Nashville. We're in the Belmont 12 South area, if you're familiar with Nashville. And we opened last year as well, just like you guys, pandemic. Wouldn't recommend it, but it's okay. So I'm going to do my best here to try to share my presentation as well. See if I can walk you guys through this. I'm sorry, I have two screens, which makes it just a bit tricky. Okay, can you guys see that? Because I can no longer
you click
see
the share button, that should come up in like the lower, once you click on your screen, there may be a share button too. All right, it looks like we can see your screen.
Okay, all right.
Get away.
Okay, so let's see if we can do that. Okay, so let's see. So the name of our store again is Sage Refill Market, and we are basically what you would consider a low waste refill store. Basically, we are a place to come find items that are sustainably packaged. Our whole mission is to try to help people reduce their single-use plastic specifically. And again, for those who may not be in Nashville, that's where we are, but we do ship. So you can head online and order things if you don't have access to places like this where you live. So just a bit about how we started. We really grew out of a sort of selfish desire for our family to have access to more convenient resources to reduce our own plastic waste. We thought we were doing a pretty good job in terms of recycling, composting, taking reusable bags to the groceries, all those things. But like so many people, we discovered a couple of years ago with all the news reports that a lot of the recycling wasn't actually being recycled. It was being sent overseas. They no longer want it. So of course, there's just an enormous amount of plastic waste now. And we realized that we were contributing to all of that waste. And we wanted to do something about it specifically for us, but we thought, well, maybe there's a way that we can also help other people as well. These are some stats that probably most of us are familiar with now, but they're things that we keep in the back of our head all the time. And that's that 91% of the plastic, it's not recycled. And all of that waste is ending up in our landfills and in our waterways, polluting our environments, polluting us. You know, there's some reports out that say we're ingesting about a credit card's worth of plastic every week, which is just incredibly alarming. So we know now that we can't recycle our way out of our plastic consumption, and it is everywhere. So we have to think about innovative ways to package products and innovative ways to consume all of the products that we use every day. So our family specifically started thinking, well, is there a way that we can come up with a solution that not only helps us, but perhaps helps other people? And so about 1.5 years ago, we started researching products and just sort of thinking about the viability of it. Would it be possible for us as a family to open up a store? And really, as soon as we started putting this idea out into the world, things aligned so fast. I mean, faster than we ever could have imagined. And by February of 2020, we had signed a lease on a space that's literally blocks from our house. So it couldn't get any more convenient for us. But you might notice that date, February 2020. So like we sign a lease and then within weeks, the world has shut down. So it was a very interesting and challenging time, of course, but we were so encouraged by all of the people who we met through this process and from our community. There's so much support. And what we realized was that even though this past year, single-use plastic has increased. I mean, I think we all know that. We see it. We see it in our own homes. We see it with, I mean, obviously, PPE was important for all of our medical professionals, our essential workers, but a lot of us, you know, we're doing takeouts. And so we have just tons of plastic in our houses. And I think there was a growing awareness that as individuals, we were consuming a lot of plastics. And so we saw that there was a large desire to find alternative packaging and more sustainable packaging. So we started reaching out to lots of different vendors and businesses, and we just found just a whole array of people out there that they've already been doing this for years. They share our passion, but they have so much more expertise and just lots and lots of local farms and small businesses, families like us that want to have better products without toxins, but also products that weren't contained in all of this plastic. And so one of the things that we're able to do now is when someone comes into the store or buys something online, not only are we able to offer these products that, you know, they're made with better ingredients, they're more sustainably packaged, but now we also have these really wonderful relationships with these brands so that if somebody were to ask us about, for example, a shampoo bar, we can tell you, you know, who the founders are, how they came together, what the ingredients are. There's a real story behind everything that we carry. And we think that that's a really unusual thing to find nowadays when you're shopping for your products, to be able to know exactly where it's coming from. So that's just sort of an added benefit to what we do. So really one of our main goals is just to show people that a lot of the essential items that we use every day, soaps, laundry detergents, even things like your deodorant, there are more environmentally friendly packages that you can find for them. And a lot of these things you can find in bulk refill. For example, deodorants, I never would have imagined years ago that you could refill your deodorant, but you can. So part of our mission is also to educate people, to let them know what options are out there, because once you start down this journey, it can get really overwhelming. And so to have a place and people that you can go to and talk about these things and find these things was really important to us. So we sell not only like personal goods, but we sell, of course, cleaning products as well, plant-based products. You can see there's a lot of things that are refillable, but one of the things that was really important to me is experience and duplicating some of the experience you might get as a consumer when you go to the store and you want to specifically have options, because not everybody likes the same type of product. And of course, when you're talking about things like natural products, refillable products, there aren't tons of options out there, but we've worked really, really hard to, for example, when you're buying your laundry detergent, whether you like liquid, if you like powder, if you like pods, if you like laundry strips, if you like unscented or lavender, within our small shop, we try to present all these different options for people so that we're really trying to make sure that you're not trading convenience or, you know, the things that you're used to. You're really being able to find those same sorts of products, but yet they're better products, higher quality, all natural, and they're just more sustainably packaged. So in addition to all of our refillable products, we also carry products that are going to help you to reduce your single-use things, like, for example, paper towels. This is one of my favorite products that we have. It is a reusable kitchen roll towel. It's locally made. Basically, it's going to sit on your paper towel holder, and you're going to pull it off and use it just like you would a paper towel, except you're not going to throw that away. You're going to throw it in your laundry, you're going to wash it, and you're going to re-roll it, and you're going to use it over and over again. And I can tell you that I started using these last summer, and I have not had to buy paper towels since last summer. I bought in bulk then, so I was like everybody else, rushed and got in line and, got my paper towels. But now I haven't had to buy any since then. I keep a roll tucked away for like pet messes and stuff like that. But every day we just use these over and over and over. So they're fantastic. And the Swedish dishcloths, those are the items that you see on the right. Another amazing product made out of a wood fiber and cotton. These are they get stiff when they're dry. They're pliable when they're wet. They've replaced my sponge. They don't smell. I've had mine for a year. I've never had a sponge for a year, but I've had this for a year. And when it finally breaks apart, I'll be able to toss it in the compost and it'll just totally biodegrade. So in addition to that, we just have a variety. This isn't a great photo, but I just wanted to show sort of the intention that we have, which is to have a whole variety of things for customers. And we really like a lot of feedback because we feel like we're here not only to stock things that we want, but we're here to stock things that our community wants. So we'll have people come in and say, hey, I'm really looking for a shave bar or whatever it may be. And we work really hard to find that so that we can stock it, because we want to be the place that it's kind of a one-stop shop for all of this, so that you're not forced to get online and go to 12 different stores and order from 12 different stores all these different products. In addition to all of that, it is also really important to us to support local as much as we can. And we have a lot of products that are made here in Nashville or in Middle Tennessee. So for example, our Clary collection is a bath and body oil and a balm that's made here. The deodorant I was talking about earlier, that's made from Little Seed Farm, which is a farm outside of Nashville in Lebanon. We also have a lot of nice giftable items, which we think that that's really important if you want to give a gift to somebody, to make sure that it's not sort of a throwaway, that there's some intention behind it. So one of our favorite gifts are our patty wax candles, again, made locally, but they are really intentional about the vessels that they put them in, so that vessel, when that candle is done, can be reused over and over for so many different things. Like these little candles that I'm showing right here, I use them for my cream deodorant. I'm obsessed with that cream deodorant. I'm sorry. But like, how cool to get a candle, you use the candle, and then you just refill it with cream deodorant. I mean, it's such a great concept. So that's just kind of a very quick overview of who we are, what we do, what our store is about. And so this week, to celebrate Earth Day, we're really excited because we partnered up with the Environmental Council, and they are donating a pollinator kit to a special winner. And the kit's going to have native seeds, dirt, and even the labor to build a 100-square-foot garden. And so the way we're going to do that is all of the sales from April 22nd, which is Earth Day, through April 24th is going to automatically enter you into a drawing. It'll be a random drawing. You do need to live within 50 miles of Nashville to qualify. And then also during this time, we're going to donate a portion of our sales back to the Environmental Council to help support all the important work that they do in our state. We're very grateful to them. And so we want to be able to show our support. And then I've included our Instagram and our website address here as well. And then I'll just wrap it up by just a quote that we like at our store and that we like to think about, because if you have started on this journey to reduce plastic waste, it is really, really overwhelming. And it can feel like the smallest things may not be making an impact, but we really believe that every little thing that each of us does, it comes together and it really can make important change. And it's not just change in terms of, we're not filling up landfills, but we believe that it's change that can force larger corporations, larger brands to see that there really is consumer demand for things like this. And that's where some of the big change is going to happen. So that's it. That's what we're about. If anybody has questions, go ahead and hit us up. Otherwise, I will stop. That's it.
Thank you, Diana. Yes, if you have any questions for Diana or any of our panelists or myself, feel free to type that in the Q&A feature on your Zoom meeting, on your interface over there. And you can stop sharing your screen, Diana, if you like. At the top, there should be a stop sharing option. And then we'll move on. We have a couple more guests, as you know, today with RePack and also Justice Industries. So we'll move on to the RePack presentation by, I guess, Sophie. I guess you're going to step up and cover for Laura, who was not able to get on because she's in another country and our permissions had not been set up for other countries. So we apologize for that technical glitch, but I know we're going to get great information from Sophie. You ready to roll, Sophie?
Yeah. So hi, everybody. I'm Sophie. I'm from RePack. I'm not able to share my camera right now due to my poor internet connection. So sorry about that. But so let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Are you able to see my screen okay?
Yep, we can.
Okay. Let's see if I can get it full screen. Basically, a little background on RePack is that they started in Finland about 6 years ago now and have been operating throughout Europe. And then in 2019, we started doing some tests in the US and in Canada to kind of see if there was,
I know Sophie has a poor signal where she's located. So I'm guessing
a great time to be launching in a market like this. But, one thing that did come out of the pandemic is a lot more e-commerce sales. So we do think that reusable packaging is really interesting to people. They seem to really navigate towards it. And, it's a great time to be doing something like this. So basically, we operate with a lot of fashion brands, about 150 brands across Europe and North America right now. And really, our goal is for reusable packaging to reduce CO2 emissions and also reduce the trash that's created with shipping, packaging, and everything like that. So, it basically is going to improve the end user experience because they're participating in this reusable packaging. They actually play a role in it by returning it when it shows up at their house. It then comes back to us and we recirculate it to all the brands that are using RePack. And it also can help brands save money on packaging as well, which I can go into a bit later. So yeah, basically how the cycle works is a brand will just use the RePacks instead of
bear with us. I know she'll be right back. It sounds like her signal is going to come in and out a little bit. So hopefully the most important.
Fold out. And then they would go ahead and ship it back to us via USPS. Just leave it for their mail carrier or put it in a post box. And then it would come back to our facility, which is located in Utah. And we would clean it, make sure none of the RePacks are damaged. And then we would recirculate them back to the brands that are using RePack. So yeah, these are some of the brands that we currently operate with. across Europe and also in the US as well. And I think there's a couple from Canada in here as well. But, you know, really we've had experience with brands as big as Zalando and, you know, then down to brands that are just kind of getting started and want to introduce reusable packaging from the beginning. So we have a lot of experience with implementing reusable packaging in a variety of different sized brands. So this is the packaging itself. It actually comes in 3 different sizes, and it's made out of a recycled polypropylene material. So it's actually kind of similar to like the blue IKEA bag, if people are familiar with that. And each size actually does fold down pretty significantly. You can see those black strips on the side there. Those are actually Velcro. So it makes it so that you can scale down each size to fit whatever you're shipping. Actually have 2 models. We have our standard model, which is used for just, you know, general e-commerce businesses that are shipping directly to the consumer. And then we also have a closed loop model, which is used more for like any kind of rental services or, you know, businesses like that, where they actually need the package to come back to them. So for the standard service, basically, like I said before, we have the reusable packaging, and then that includes those prepaid empty returns from the customer back to our warehouse. And then we have some cool add-ons, such as the reward program as well, that can really help the service too. Yeah, so then this is some pricing for the US. Actually, you know what, I think this pricing is a little bit off, so I'm not going to stay on this slide for too long, but we do have all of our updated pricing on our website too, that is by region. So the pricing per region is a little bit different. But there's basically a couple ways that RePack can be offered at a web store. So probably the most popular option that we see with a lot of our customers is actually offering RePack as an option. So the customer can choose if they want their order shipped in reusable packaging, and then there might be like an upcharge of some sort for that.
Pardon the long pause.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, you can offer RePack to your customers for a fee, and then that way it actually makes the packaging free for your brand. And so it's a good way for brands that maybe don't have a lot of funds to devote to reusable packaging, but you know, they feel strongly about it. They want their customers to have the choice. And that can be a great option for them. And then the other option is to actually ship everything in RePack and, you know, build that cost in somewhere else, whether it's into the actual product cost or, you know, in another area of your business, and just ship everything to your customers in RePack and, you know, really take a stand for reusable packaging in that way. That triggers this kind of pop-up that gives the customer the option of, yes, I want my order shipped in RePack for an extra fee, or no, I don't. So this is a super popular way to do it. And we also see pretty high selection rates among customers. Often between 20 to 40% of customers will actually choose to have their order shipped in a RePack, which is really great. And then in terms of the closed loop, so this is going to be the service that's more geared towards rental companies or companies with some sort of take back program. where they actually need the goods to come back to them. And so that can be done directly in the RePack. So basically, this is an all-included service with a monthly fee. And we kind of build that fee for you based on your business model, how many packages you'll need, the time frame between when a package goes to your customers and then when you're expecting it to come back. So all of that kind of plays into how much it will cost. Or we'll need to ship them back. Basically, what's excluded from this service is just the shipping costs and then the delivery fees as well. And that is all I have for you. I'm happy to answer any questions if people want to put them in the chat, or you can always visit our website and email us as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sophie.
You're welcome,
for covering for the presentation on your end. And there were a few gaps there, a few seconds where your audio disappeared, but we got about 90% of your.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Hey, yes, no apologies required. These technical difficulties in the modern era. But we're glad you're here, and we definitely got the most important aspects of the information. And if anybody out there in the viewing audience wants to ask questions, just type them in the Q&A. And Ellen, Justice Industries, right? We had not been introduced previously, but I'm excited to hear your presentation. So it's been amazing to hear so far what all the different aspects of reuse and reduce and that we've seen today. And the final one is a recycling model that is really important, especially here in Middle Tennessee, where some materials are harder to recycle than others. So take it away, Sophie, with Justice Industries.
Yes, definitely. Glass is very hard to recycle. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Can everybody see that okay? So yes, I'm Ellen and I'm the Executive Director of Justice Industries, and we have a little bit different business model. We are actually a nonprofit. And so our mission is to create job opportunities for people that have barriers to income. So some of those barriers could include criminal history, addiction recovery, homelessness, generational poverty. So everyone that we hire has been chronically unemployed or underemployed, and we create small businesses to put them to work. So that's our main mission, is employment. Our secondary, a very, very close secondary, which we're here to talk about today, is Just Glass. But we have a mobile car wash service called Just Wash. We do some light office cleaning. We partner with an organization called Springback Recycling, mattress recycling, to help collect and recycle mattress pieces. So we don't actually take those pieces apart, but we are almost like a pickup and delivery service for them. And then we have some scanning office digital conversion stuff that we do as well. But our core industry is Just Glass, which is glass recycling for residential and commercial pickup in the greater Nashville area. So everything we're going to talk about today is really in the greater Nashville area. So we have residential service for $18.50 a month. We pick up every other week. We give you the free, it's actually an 18-gallon recycling bin. We have over 860 residential customers in the over 18 zip codes in Nashville. And we have vans that go out and pick up glass Tuesday through Saturday. So keep some people busy. We provide about 150 to 180 hours worth of work a week for our teams. So the second thing that we do is commercial glass recycling. Obviously, last year we took a little bit of a hit on that, but I'm very happy to say that almost all of our commercial clients are back. So we offer glass recycling to bars and restaurants, coffee shops, distilleries, country clubs, homeowners associations, condo complexes. We're really, really flexible, and I think that's kind of why we've grown 33% in a pandemic year, is because we can just do a lot of customization for, especially for commercial clients. The pricing for commercial is based on the volume of glass and the frequency of pickup. But our bins are perfect for some of those tight alleyways downtown and 12 South, over in East Nashville. Some of the bigger companies, even if they were to recycle glass, I don't think they could maneuver down in there and pick it up quite as easily as we can with our van and our setup with our bins. So why just glass? That's a question that we get a lot. So we are celebrating our 10th anniversary this year. And when we launched Justice Industries, we started with glass because in 2005, there was a new business kind of concept called Blue Ocean Strategy. And one of our original board members was actually studying social entrepreneurship at Belmont. They have a major there. So they were studying this strategy where the red ocean space is kind of where all the sharks are. Everybody's competing for the same customers. They're exploiting demand, that kind of stuff. So if you can shift your strategy to a blue ocean strategy where you kind of enter an uncontested market space, or you kind of make the competition irrelevant by doing something that no one else is really doing, then you can create the demand and really grow, which we have seen and very slowly done. So we learned a lot of lessons at the beginning, but the last 3 or 4 years has just been crazy. It's just exploded. So the reason that curbside glass recycling pickup is kind of that blue ocean space is because very few companies provide it because it's expensive. It's very expensive. And in Nashville, we don't have a local processing facility to crush and repurpose the glass. So all of the glass is freighted to either Atlanta or Jackson, Tennessee. And freight costs are pricey. So it's not going to be profitable for the big waste managements, the big trash companies. They're just not going to get into that space because it's just too expensive. So that's why it's kind of that blue ocean niche for us. And the city doesn't provide it, again, because it's expensive and it's heavy and there's no local processing plant here. We're hoping to change that. Right now, we pick up about 16 to 20 tons of glass per month with our residential customers and our commercial clients. We partner with a company called Strategic Materials, which does their whole company is all sorts of recycling. So they have a plant here in Ashland City, and if we can get closer to 500 tons a month, then we could think about starting to crush and repurpose glass here, which would be great for Nashville in general. It would probably bring a little more competition our way, but we would welcome that to keep the freight costs down and to keep the glass recycled here. So you all probably know the answer to these questions, but recycling glass is important because it's efficient and easy to recycle once it's at the right place. All you have to do is crush it, and you can crush it indefinitely without losing its quality. You can crush it and melt it over and over again. Recycled glass melts at a lower temperature, so it saves energy when it's repurposed, when it's sent to the concrete companies, when it's sent to the glass companies to reuse again. It preserves our limited natural resources by reducing our raw material waste, and it keeps glass out of our landfills, which is definitely what we want. We don't want to take up that space. So what happens once we collect the glass? We get that question a lot too, because of all the news that has already been mentioned of, you know, are we really recycling? And we are proud to say that we can say yes. So we do partner with Strategic Materials. We send it to their facility in Atlanta where it is crushed and reprocessed. And we actually pay them to take the glass we collect. So we do that honestly and properly. There are some other recycling companies out there. I'm not trying to be judgy, but the convenience center has recycling rules, and you're supposed to show proof of residency. It's not a place to take commercial waste. It's not a place to take vehicles with commercial tags. So we don't do it. We pay the tonnage fees that are required to ensure our customers that the glass is taken to a responsible partner and it's shipped to Atlanta to get reprocessed. I see the question that popped up in the chat, and I will answer that at the end. So we have a lot of area partners that we work with on the employment side. since our demographic is kind of unique on who we hire, we work with social service agencies to make sure that people that are recovering from homelessness or recovering from addiction, coming out of incarceration, that they're set up for success before they come to us. We don't provide social services and wraparound services, so we value these partners with in Middle Tennessee that can really help set up our employees for the best success so that we can continue to grow and provide the services that our customers are paying us to provide. Another way that we partner, which we're proud to announce today in Earth Week, is we partner with schools and other nonprofit organizations because we kind of call this a triple win. When we partner with someone like Tennessee Environmental Council, we encourage people to sign up for Just Glass through a unique subscription link. In doing that, you're ensuring that you're putting someone to work. And then we also offer $3 per subscriber per month for people that have signed up with that unique link. So we partner with area schools. We have about 19 area schools that we partner with. We partner with a couple of nonprofits. And in a year where we had to get real creative with our fundraising, a lot of schools and organizations didn't have some of the things that were available to them. So this has really grown, and we are proud to partner in that way because organizations like Tennessee Environmental Council have a broader reach that we don't have. So you help increase our customer base. We help you by raising awareness around Just Glass and also a small monetary donation to your mission. So that's kind of my short summary of who we are and what we do. And I did see a question in the chat that said, would we consider expanding to other cities in Tennessee? The answer is possibly. We've been small for a very long time, but like I said, we grew 33% last year, which is remarkable. I guess all that entertaining that people were doing by going out to restaurants and bars, they came kind of face to face with their consumption, doing it all at home. So we had a lot of referrals last year and a lot of residential growth. So we would consider expanding to other Tennessee cities, but right now we're just serving the Middle Tennessee area. So, and if you would like to sign up, I'm going to share this screen for you. It's super easy. All you have to do is go to our website, justiceindustries.org. If you click on partnerships, you'll see nonprofit partnerships as a drop down, but also Tennessee Environmental Council. We have a link on there for you. And if you click on that, it takes you to your unique sign up. All you do is fill out the information. Your credit card's billed automatically. You get put in the system. Our route coordinator will contact you and tell you what your first pickup day would be. We deliver the bin, collect any glass you might have there that you've been collecting in a cardboard box or something. And then you're in the system and you're ready to roll. So.
That's wonderful, Ellen. Thank you so much for the great presentation. Nice to know there's a place to take our glass or to let our glass be taken from us.
Yes.
For a good cause and many good for the environment, giving people jobs. And if you sign up with choosing us as a partner, Tennessee Environmental Council, that is, there's a donation to the organization that helps us advance our mission as well.
And I'll add on, that doesn't expire. So that will always be on our website until we decide differently or something. But that's not just an Earth Week promotion or Earth Month promotion thing. So
fantastic. And so a reminder to all of our viewers in our audience today, just if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. We're going to wrap this up because it is 4 o'clock. Diana, could you remind us how people can enter to win the installed pollinator garden at their residence just by visiting your store?
Sure. So basically what's going to happen is every sale, either online or actually in the store from Earth Day, which is Thursday, through Saturday, we'll just automatically enter you into this drawing that we will have. We'll probably do it late Saturday night or Sunday morning. And so, like I said, online stores also will qualify you. However, you do have to live within 50 miles of Nashville to get this built. So, but it'll just be an automatic thing. and there's no amount that you have to spend. It's just every sale.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the partnerships that have been established here in the process of setting up this webinar with Retold Recycling. Great place to send those hard to recycle fabrics when we're done with them, right? Knowing that they're going to be reused or recycled. And RePack is nice to know, with all the stuff that is being shipped around the world now, that there's a way to have packaging that can be used over and over again. And again, I posted all these links in the Facebook comments in our Facebook Live publication here. They're also in the chat. But you can find them. You can watch back this presentation. Visit Retold Recycling, visit RePack, visit Justice Industries, and Sage Refill, and help support those that are trying to make a difference in the world, that are making a difference in the world, to improve our environment, change the way business as usual has been treating our planet. A new business model that is good for everyone. So thank you all for participating. Happy Earth Day, happy Earth Week. And we look forward to continuing to work with all of you as we do this important work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.